The multiverse, the multiverse explained. I don't know if really explained, it's just more theorized. But before we get into any of that multiverse, check out my freelancing services that are offered in the description down below. I do voice impressions, I create NFTs animated. Check out all the Fiverr Upwork services that yours truly offers here on the channel, as well as into the creator economy world. Check out all the affiliate links down below in the description, here to help you. Without any more distractions or disruptions, Mr. Wizard, they see the thumbnail. They see the title. What are we discussing?
We're journeying into the unknown. The infinite plausibilities of every plausible reality, the in, the under, the over, the parallel, the perpendicular, the slightly to the left, the slightly to the right, the slightly tilted too far to the left, space, all the over, under, below the carpet, space, just all of the space. We're just covering everything and yet nothing. This is what I don't even know anymore. I don't even know.
Open your eyes.
Why are you showing me this? Why are you showing me this? Come on. I don't even know anymore.
What we do know is this, is that they exist out there. There's possibility that there's an infinite number versions of ourselves that exist. Some are doing what we are doing right now, which is recording this podcast. Other versions of ourselves are off doing bigger things in life, hopefully, right?
Yeah, we actually have women in those universes.
Hey. We have one. It's timing. It's all about time, right? It doesn't mean that we don't have it in this one. Einstein said time was relative. Maybe those guys aren't necessarily lucky. Maybe they're just early and we just have to catch up because the universe is ever so expanding.
Flat circle. Time is a flat circle. Time is an illusion that helps things make sense. And nothing makes sense anymore.
It's the fourth dimension. Time is the fourth dimension, basically. But that's why we
wait. Is that a fourth wall break? Is that a fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break? That's like 16 walls.
What?
He didn't get the reference.
I didn't get the
reference. He didn't.
What's the reference?
I was making a Deadpool reference because you said time is the fourth dimension. That's like a fourth wall break inside of the fourth dimension. So that's like
the Deadpool
16 walls.
Was that the first one or the second one?
That was the whole reference.
Never mind. Hey,
the first Deadpool.
The first Deadpool. Okay. Oh yeah, he can break the fourth wall, the fourth dimension. But yeah, bro, I just think that in alternate universes or alternate reality, that's actually a question, because the universe is one, or is that just the observable universe?
I think the universe, like as we currently experience it, that's one. Like we are in one universe. We don't exist in two planes of existence at once.
We don't exist in two. So the alternate realities, where does that come from? That's not in this. That's not in the Milky Way.
It's on.
What did you say?
Well, it is, but it isn't. Like it's in the Milky Way, like as we know it, but it's not in our Milky Way. Like it's in another, like it's like the Spider-Verse. Like they're all from New York, right, but they're not in the same New York.
Right.
It's it's different.
Mm-hmm. So let me get this straight. The Milky Way is a galaxy, right? Outside the Milky, well, let's just start simple. Earth, cool. Solar system, got it. Solar system is inside what? The Milky Way, right? The Milky Way is a galaxy that exists where? In the universe, right? Or in this dimension, pocket dimension, right? And then next to us, it was called the Andromeda Galaxy. Are you saying, sir, that in the Andromeda Galaxy, there's another Milky Way? Or is that just...
Well, it depends. It depends on how you view the dimensions, because like multi-dimensions, like that can be caused by a whole bunch of like different timelines and stuff can cause different dimensions. Like, say we didn't do the podcast today, then that would be a different universe where we didn't do the podcast, but that version of us is still in the Milky Way because it's virtually identical, just with the caveat that we didn't do the podcast today.
So in alternate realities, they exist because the decisions we make are altering because we either did or did not choose to do those things that we were thinking or we didn't think.
Yes.
So like, for example, Tuesday, I went to Barnes & Noble. In another reality, I did not go to Barnes & Noble on Tuesday. I may have gone Wednesday. I may have gone every day in a week in another reality. I may have never gone to Barnes & Noble in another reality, right? So
there's a reality where I actually got up off my ass and went to Barnes & Noble instead of sleeping. There's that reality.
Only that reality would tell. I would never
only
know.
Only those with the will to execute it. I did not have the will.
Me and that reality never knew you were asleep. You had just woken up. I would have never known. But me and this one, I knew. And I was like, oh, he's tired. and then me and another
we've already
reality,
explored some of those. Huh?
Me in another reality, I was actually free yesterday. In another reality, I was free. I would have been free. In this one, I was not. I was occupied. But and yes, to your point earlier, yes, in another possible reality, we do have what's called game. But here's my take on that. When I think of other realities, sometimes I don't think of it as occurring at the same exact time. Sometimes I feel like there are some realities that are either in front of us, like time-wise, or behind us, because I feel like the universe is expanding and things kind of speed up, or some faster than others. Or I don't think time necessarily slows down, but I think some realities speed up faster than others, and then we're just kind of, I don't know, that's just how I think of it. What's your take on it?
Like I immediately think of Spider-Man Noir, because his entire universe is in the 1940s. Like it exists within the 1940s. Mm-hmm. Like their time has not moved on. They're in the 1940s. And when he's brought into the Spider-Verse, like he's brought in as a dude from the 1940s, fighting Nazis and all that stuff.
So that means time is moving because he's brought to the future from the 1940s.
Technically.
See?
But then there's Spider-Man from the future, who we are going to see in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes, 2099, and then also Penny Parker from Spider-Verse. Her year was like 30 something, 31 something.
Yeah.
So she technically went back in time.
So does that mean like realities and stuff go beyond the fourth dimension, since those kinds of dimensions exist outside of the flow of time, or at least aren't as regulated to the flow of time, since they are brought through, like they didn't time travel, Like they just straight up got brought from their universe to Miles's universe. They didn't time travel.
I think that's a question for someone who studies quantum physics. I would love to answer that question, but unfortunately, all we can do is theoretical.
Somebody get Tyson. Somebody get Neil deGrasse Tyson on the phone.
We should not. These conversations should be illegal. Well, not really illegal. Just they don't feel right to talk about. You know what I mean? Like they just feel like. I feel like we're uncovering something we're not supposed to, per se.
The Illuminati ain't finna come through the door and kick our heads in. They ain't finna do nothing. Who needs alternate realities when I got this 9?
Oh. I knew at some point you're gonna. I knew it. I just didn't know when.
It's never going away, Raheem.
I just knew it. I didn't know when, but I was like, he's gonna bring it up.
The Illuminati ain't gonna come and kick our heads in for talking about theoretical multidimensional physics.
If they do, we can join their team, which would be amazing.
Like we have 100 subscribers on here. They ain't finna notice us. Ain't finna notice. They would notice Logan Paul before they notice us.
That's true. But you know what's cool about it? What if what if the Illuminati peeked their heads and was like, you're coming with us, you know a lot of information. But then there's already 16 versions of us that they've pulled from other universes, realities, because we were talking about the same thing we're talking about here. And we meet our alternate selves there, and it would just brains just the IQ in that room. The IQ.
Hold up. I just thought about this.
What's up?
I just thought about this. What if? All right, I just thought about this. The infinite reality, the infinite plausibilities of the radios and the wizards. What if we met our alternate dimensional selves and we formed an alliance, like straight up Rick and Morty type stuff? What if we formed our own council of radio Rockies and wizards?
We formed our own ourselves, or with together
with our infinite selves, like the infinite realities of Radio Raheem and the anime wizard.
Okay,
like all the alternate realities of us, like the X-Men versions of us, like Newton and whatever your X-Men name was.
Life Strike.
Listen.
Let me say something.
Quantum Strike, Radio Rage, and Solar Flare, all those alternate realities of us.
That would be. I feel like there'd be no limitations.
That's a crisis on infinite Earths.
We would literally come together, and we would have. I know for a fact, myself would have plans. Now, granted, since this is alternate, we're all probably not going to think the exact same. We might think similarly, right?
I'd probably be the one outlier.
But yeah. But I feel like that's for everybody. I feel like in every reality, in a couple of them, I'm not who I really want to be. I feel like in another reality, there's a version of me that I don't like. And then the other versions of me have to team up to defeat that one, to get rid of him, and be like, yeah, he's got to go. He's not, we got to get rid of this one. And then I feel like also, what's up?
I'm kind of in a similar sort of mind, but I feel like mine is just going to be way more off the walls. Mine is kind of going to show what kind of person I would be. Honestly, I would probably try and be the one true sage. I would start purging the reality of all the different sages, so that I'm the only one left. I'm the one true sage. I am the one true great sage equal to heaven. Mr. Anime Wizard, the great sage. The one, no, I'm adding it to the title. I'm adding stuff to the title. The one and only great sage equal to heaven, Mr. Anime Wizard. The one and only.
You're going
the last of his kind, the last of his kind, the one of a kind, last of his kind.
Bro, you're going to war with the wrong person.
The one true wizard
with the wrong person. You are fighting every possible. Bro,
Hold on.
no.
I now see what's wrong with the world. Too many wizards.
Oh my god.
Too many sages. I now see what's wrong with not just the world,
That's
with the reality.
you do realize
Too many sages.
You do realize if you kill all of your versions, alternate realities, that means all of my alternate realities have to deal with your massacre of my friend. So in every reality besides this one, I lose. 1 out of 13 million, I lose a best friend. So this is the only one that we know possibly where I actually have my friend here. That's terrible, bro.
The one true sage.
Don't do that.
Please don't. There can only.
No,
I'm going Highlander rules. They can only be one.
Bro, the alternate version of you and me wouldn't allow that. I would fight you. My alternate version would fight you because I'm like, you're not killing my friend.
That's the ultimate stuff. That's the peak of the storyline right there. All of the Rahims versus the one wizard. All of that's what this is all. That's what this has all been leading towards. That's what this what if series has been leading towards. Like ever since my villain turn, that has been what we've been leading towards. Rahim, the ultimate battle of what if Rahim versus the great sage equal to heaven. That's what we've been building towards. The infinite Rahims versus the one who truly wins.
Do you know how big my imagination is? You would lose. You might have more practical, strategic motives, but my imagination, I'm creative, bro. I highly doubt that in other reality, alternate reality, if we're dealing with all of my,
but I consumed all of the knowledge.
You don't understand.
I consumed all the knowledge of all the sages. How can you possibly deal with it? How could you possibly deal with the sage with infinite knowledge?
Let me finish that quote. Let me finish that quote. Like the old man said, together.
You will try.
This is exactly what I wanted. All of you versus all of me. How could you possibly plan on stopping me? Like the old man said, together.
One. The smallest number becomes the biggest number. One.
I want to destroy all the sages in the universe.
True, the one and only great.
Mr. Wizard, please do not lie. For what is me without my best friend by my side?
That sounds like a question you should ask yourself.
Which version of myself? Bro,
exactly.
Bro, no, that I would have to take. We
technically there would be a.
I feel like there's another version.
Technically,
hold on.
Like technically, according to infinite realities, there is a version where we're not where we weren't friends. Like in the like the infinite reality.
That's true. We're like enemies, which creates more chaos because now we're going to war with our versions of ourselves are going to war, but not with us. But we wouldn't go to war with each other. We would try to stop that, but then maybe our alternate version try to kill. It just causes. It looks like this. It just causes chaos, war. It just causes war.
I guess you could call it a multiversal mayhem.
Did you just copycat? Not really. The Doctor Strange movie.
Is that too close? Would that be copyrighted?
It was really close. Multiverse of Mayhem. Really? That was.
Yeah, that's the Chinese bootleg. That's the Chinese bootleg.
Multiverse of Madness.
It's the Kimba the lion. It's the jujitsu panda.
Jujitsu panda. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not go. Let's just assume.
Let's just assume
alternate
whatever Chinese version of Amazing World of Gumball. It's that version. And what are the Chinese going to do? What are the Chinese government going to do? They don't have YouTube over there. They can't do. The government can't do anything to us.
In another reality, they probably could. But let's just say in another reality, I don't know. You know, I feel
The
like
power of the multiverse in the palm of my hands.
that is
And
true
all I
power.
have to do is consume the infinite knowledge.
That's yeah.
No
I'm gonna
one-
have to stop.
No
you.
one man,
I'm sorry.
no
I'm-
one man should have all that power. But what about a sage?
all the versions of me and you, because the alternate versions of you are gonna try to kill you. We would all team up. We'd be like, all right, we gotta
I
defeat you.
would have already killed him.
Huh?
I would have already killed all the versions of me and took their knowledge.
But how do you know there's not a stronger version of me out there? That's of good. You know what I mean?
But how do we know I'm not that version though? Who's to say I'm
Wait.
not the
Wait.
who's to say I'm not the
There's-
strongest
are you-
sage already?
Are you telling me that out of the infinite trillions and trillions of alternate reality versions of the great sage Harrison Alexander, you telling me you the one that would destroy all of them? This one.
My intention is not
Earth
to
616.
destroy them all. My intention is to become the one true sage. My intention is to become the one true sage.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The-
I don't understand what.
To be a being beyond apocalyptic activity, the being beyond cosmological concepts. The one true sage.
What about the
a
underspace
god-
version of the wizard?
The one that's beyond space, all versions. The one that's beyond space. A
That's-
beyonder. The beyond beyonder, if you will.
Bro, there's always a stronger, more intellectual version of himself.
One was seeking the infinity stones, I was seeking the infinity knees.
What the heck is the infinity knees?
The infinite me. I am the infinite, like I consume all the versions of me. I consume all the versions of me, take their knowledge and
me.
become the infinite state.
I thought you said the infinite
Yeah,
knees.
M-E. Yeah, you gonna be y'all finna be catching them infinite knees. You finna be catching them when y'all try to stop me. Y'all finna be catching them infinite knees.
I thought you said infinite knees. I was like, why do you want knees?
Think how fast you can run. Think how.
I
I'm
want
now
them
getting-
infinite
I'm now getting the
knees.
mental image, like I now got the mental image, Raheem. Like I'm battling all the versions of you. You, like, in the middle of the battle, you stand up and say you can do this all day. All right, then you can catch these infinite knees forever. and just start kneeing you for an ungodly amount of time. I can do this all day. I can do this forever. Infinite ease.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, that was funny. Let's just assume in every reality I laughed that hard. Oh my goodness. Every reality.
You've heard it.
Listen, in every reality, you said infinite knees. In every reality, that makes me happy. Oh man, that was funny.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks. Whose side are you going to stand on when the Great War comes? When the Great War comes, the infinite Rahims versus the one true sage. Whose side are y'all finna be on?
You already know whose side.
Do you stand by those who wish to maintain the order of the universe? Do you stand by those who are willing to those who stand by the cosmological concepts, those who stand by the cosmological concepts that robbed me? Or do you stand with the one who seeks to bond the cosmological concepts?
Mr. Sage, please do not lie, for what is the universe without thou mind? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we made it to the end of this video. Considering this is the multiverse, time is relative. This could be the beginning, this could be the end. We do not know. We can only
time is an illusion that helps things make sense.
Basically.
Time is dead and meaning has no meaning. Laws are dead and I reign supreme. Welcome one and all to the apocalyptic activity table, boys. We eat good tonight.
Check out the affiliate links down below in the description. Freelancing services, all of that in the description. Here to help you, Mr. Wizard. I think it's best if I take us out this time. I think you're on multiversal madness, multiverse mayhem.
Like you see this planet right here. Like you see this planet right here, right here in the palm of my hands. You see this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope in another reality we see you next time. If this dude does not destroy another reality before we do that, you know what to do. Like and comment down below. Put some pressure on that notifications bell, and of course, as always, we love the support and the joy that you provide for us. Subscribe to the What If Series YouTube channel for future content.
I hope you enjoyed the show.